Chosen one. Subscribe and let the awakening compass guide you. What if everything you believe about yourself isn't truly yours? What if I told you that every struggle, every invisible wall you've hit in life, wasn't yours to begin with? What if the beliefs holding you back were programmed long before you even had the words to question them? The truth is, your subconscious is not your own. It is an inheritance, crafted by your parents, their subconscious beliefs, and the patterns they never had the tools to break. And unless you intervene, you will become the product of their struggles, their limitations, their unspoken fears. But here's the shocking part. This isn't just a psychological battle. It's a universal one. The very fabric of the universe reflects the imprints of your subconscious back at you. If you felt trapped, powerless, or doomed to repeat cycles you can't escape, it's because your childhood programming is shaping your reality. Yet there's hope, a way out, a way to not just break free, but to rewrite your story entirely. The key lies in understanding that you are both the product and the creator of your existence. Parents are the architects of our earliest realities, shaping the subconscious programming that defines who we become. Their words, actions, and silences carve patterns into the foundation of our identity. For those chosen to break these chains, the weight is immense, an inheritance of beliefs forged in fire and carried forward like an ancient curse. But within this fire lies a choice: to succumb or to rise, to replicate the patterns, or to alchemize them into something transformative. Their influence is not the end, but the beginning of a profound journey. These parental patterns are like shadows, echoing through every crevice of our being, often unnoticed, yet omnipresent. The universe responds to these imprints, reflecting them back in relationships, challenges, and circumstances. For some, it feels like a labyrinth with no end, but it is within these echoes that the call to transmute emerges. The chosen ones, those who see the patterns for what they are not victims, but warriors. They are here to dismantle the walls of generational cycles and step into the light of self-awareness. Yet the process is far from easy. The subconscious resists change, holding tightly to what feels familiar, even if it is painful. Breaking free requires fire, a fire fueled by introspection and self-awareness, burning through the illusions of inherited truths. As this flame consumes the outdated beliefs, the ashes become the soil for transformation. In this sacred act of reprogramming, the chosen not only heal themselves, but also rewrite the story for future generations. And as the reflection sharpens, the universe begins to mirror something new, something aligned with purpose and empowerment. The universe, vast and unyielding, becomes a mirror for the treatment received from our parents. Like celestial mechanics, it echoes the vibrations of those formative years, magnifying how we were nurtured or neglected. Every act of love or indifference from those who raised us ripples into the cosmos, shaping not just our external circumstances, but the very lens through which we view ourselves. For the chosen ones, this reflection is a call to awaken, to recognize the patterns forged in the crucible of childhood, and to reclaim their narrative. Each experience, each hurt, and each triumph becomes a fragment of the reflection. If your parents' hands molded you with carelessness or cruelty, the universe magnifies these emotional frequencies, creating a reality that feels like an extension of their influence. But even in this distortion, there is a divine invitation to see through the illusion and transform it. The chosen must confront the image staring back at them, an image woven from old wounds, and decide whether to perpetuate the cycle or to shatter the mirror altogether. The transformation is nothing short of alchemy. By altering the emotional charge tied to these reflections, the chosen can realign the universe's response. This is not merely about forgiveness or understanding. It is about transmuting pain into power, rejection into resonance. When the subconscious begins to shift, so does the reflection, and the universe, like an obedient servant, mirrors a new reality. From this point, the journey intensifies, delving deeper into the labyrinth of programming that began in childhood, where theta and alpha states silently sculpted the subconscious. The subconscious, a vast and silent architect, is programmed in moments of deep relaxation, those sacred theta and alpha brainwave states that dominate childhood. It is in this receptive space that every whisper, every glance, and every unspoken expectation from our parents takes root. Like seeds scattered in fertile soil, these impressions grow into the beliefs that shape our reality. For the chosen ones, understanding this hidden programming is the first step toward liberation, for the same mechanism that created the chains can also forge the keys to freedom. Childhood is the most potent stage for this programming, a time when the mind is open, vulnerable, and unguarded. In these moments, a parent's voice becomes the voice of the universe, their actions an unyielding truth. These truths, etched into the subconscious, become the unseen architects of how we perceive ourselves and the world. Yet within this quiet creation lies immense power. The chosen ones must navigate these shadowed memories, recognizing the codes written long ago, and begin the process of reprogramming. This reprogramming is an act of divine rebellion. By returning to the depths of the subconscious, those same theta and alpha states, they can rewrite the script. Through relaxation, introspection, and emotional discipline, the chosen wield the frequencies of creation to transmute old patterns into new possibilities. Each shift ripples outward, altering not only their perception, but also the reflection the universe offers. With every step, the programming evolves, and the journey uncovers the raw power of emotional charge in shaping beliefs and realities. Emotion, the raw essence of human experience, is the language the subconscious understands most profoundly. In moments of high emotional charge, whether joy or despair, the subconscious absorbs these vibrations, embedding them deeply into the core of our being. These intense feelings become the brushstrokes of the beliefs that shape our lives. For the chosen ones, mastering this emotional language is akin to holding the keys to creation, for it is through emotion that reality is born and shaped. Every tear shed in silence, every burst of laughter, and every unspoken fear carries an energetic imprint that the subconscious holds as truth. When these emotions are charged with pain, they create beliefs rooted in limitation and unworthiness. Yet, the chosen can harness this same intensity to plant seeds of transformation. By deliberately imbuing new beliefs with a high emotional charge, they reprogram the subconscious, replacing the echoes of past wounds with frequencies of empowerment and possibility. This transformation requires discipline, for the subconscious does not easily relinquish what it holds sacred. The chosen must confront their deepest emotions, transmuting the pain into purpose and the sorrow into strength. As they shift their inner frequencies, the universe responds in kind, magnifying these new vibrations. The bridge between imagination and manifestation is built upon emotional resonance, and the chosen walk this bridge with courage, knowing that their reality is a direct reflection of their emotional equilibrium. The journey now moves toward understanding how these beliefs, once formed, dictate the course of external reality. The subconscious mind, a silent sovereign, dictates the very fabric of reality. It transforms beliefs into tangible experiences, weaving dreams or nightmares depending on the patterns it holds. For the chosen ones, this is both a revelation and a burden, a reminder that their inner world is the architect of their external existence. The universe, impartial and unwavering, reflects the vibrations they emit, making their emotional states the bridge between imagination and manifestation. Every belief rooted in the subconscious acts like a script, orchestrating the dance of life's circumstances. If these scripts are laced with doubt or fear, they project limitations onto the stage of reality. But when courage and self-awareness rewrite the narrative, the chosen become creators, shifting their external world with precision and intent. This transformation demands introspection, for only through facing the shadows within can they reclaim the power to manifest a reality aligned with their divine purpose. The path is not without resistance. The subconscious clings to the familiar, even when it brings pain. The chosen must wield emotional discipline as a weapon, channeling frequencies of joy, gratitude, and empowerment to override old programming. As the bridge between the inner and outer worlds strengthens, the chosen begin to see their reflection change. The illusions of absolute truths start to crumble, and the journey toward rewriting their reality deepens, revealing that truths themselves are malleable, born from beliefs that no longer need to serve as masters. Truth, as we often perceive it, is a mirage, an illusion shaped by the beliefs embedded deep within the subconscious. These beliefs act as filters, distorting our perception of reality, creating a world that feels rigid and unchangeable. Yet, for the chosen ones, this rigidity is a call to awaken. They are summoned to question the very foundation of their understanding, to see that what they hold as truth is often a reflection of inherited programming, not an unyielding reality. These so-called truths wield power over the subconscious, dictating what is possible and what is not. But like shadows under the glare of a rising sun, they can dissolve when challenged. The chosen must summon the courage to discard beliefs that no longer serve them, beliefs that confine instead of liberate. This act of rebellion against the tyranny of outdated truths is an act of profound self-empowerment, paving the way for a reality where they are no longer bound by illusions. In this dismantling, the chosen discover that truth is fluid, a creation rather than a constant. By aligning their beliefs with the reality they desire, they transform these illusions into tools for manifestation. The process is one of transmutation, turning the lead of limitation into the gold of infinite potential. As the chains of false truths are broken, the chosen begin to reclaim their narrative, and the role of parents as powerful programmers of the subconscious emerges once more, urging deeper reflection on their influence. Parents hold a unique key to the subconscious, accessing its depths during the most formative years. In the quiet moments of childhood, when the mind lingers in relaxed theta and alpha states, their words, actions, and energies seep into the fabric of a child's inner world. For the chosen ones, recognizing this dynamic is both a revelation and a reckoning, for it explains the enduring weight of their parents' influence and the power held within to transform it. This influence is amplified by the emotional charge parents carry. Whether through love or neglect, approval or criticism, their vibrations shape the beliefs of the child like a sculptor molds clay. The chosen must confront these imprints with unwavering courage, not to assign blame, but to reclaim their power. By understanding how deeply their subconscious was shaped in these early years, they begin to rewrite the narrative, breaking the silent grip of generational cycles. The journey is a delicate dance of introspection and transformation. The chosen must re-enter those theta and alpha states consciously, accessing the same vulnerability that once allowed their parents' words to take root. Here they plant new seeds, affirmations of worth, empowerment, and freedom, allowing the subconscious to bloom with a new reality. As they embark on this process, the repetition of patterns across generations becomes glaring, urging them to dismantle the cycles and step into a future unbound by inherited limitations. The cycle of parental patterns is a silent force, threading its way through generations, perpetuating the same stories of limitation and pain. Without transmutation, The beliefs and behaviors inherited from parents echo endlessly, shaping lives in the shadows of what came before. For the chosen ones, this cycle is both a burden and a beacon, calling them to break the chains and forge a new legacy, one rooted in empowerment rather than repetition. These patterns often appear as invisible strings, pulling the chosen back to familiar struggles and constraints. Yet, within the recognition of these strings lies the power to sever them. It is a sacred act to confront the subconscious programming handed down through generations, to see the trauma and triumph embedded within, and to decide that it ends here. The chosen ones become alchemists, transforming inherited pain into tools of growth, turning generational cycles into stepping stones for their evolution. The path to breaking these cycles demands unwavering introspection and an unshakable will. Each belief must be questioned, each pattern dissected, and each emotional charge transmuted. The process is both fiery and tender, requiring the chosen to honor their parents as products of their own programming while refusing to let those influences define their destiny. As they dismantle these cycles, the recurring themes in their emotional lives come into focus, shining a light on the core patterns waiting to be transmuted. The echoes of childhood reverberate through life, shaping the emotional patterns that define our relationships, decisions, and self-perception. These patterns, deeply rooted in how parents treated us, are the keys to understanding our subconscious programming. For the chosen ones, this reflection is a profound and often painful journey, a mirror revealing recurring themes of doubt, neglect, or longing. Yet within this pain lies the first spark of transformation, a call to identify and transmute these core emotional imprints. These patterns manifest in moments of crisis or joy, surfacing as familiar emotions or reactions. They are the fingerprints of parental influence, etched into the subconscious with every approving glance or cutting remark. To uncover these emotional patterns is to untangle the threads of identity woven from another's actions. The chosen ones must face these truths with compassion, peeling back the layers of inherited pain to uncover the essence of who they truly are. This process of identification is an act of liberation. By shining the light of self-awareness on these emotional imprints, the chosen begin to dissolve their power. They transform each pattern from a binding chain into a stepping stone, rewriting their narrative with intention and love. As these recurring emotional themes are transmuted, the universe begins to respond differently, magnifying the new frequencies they emit and preparing them for the next revelation. The role of the universe in maintaining and magnifying these patterns. The universe, an ever-faithful mirror, magnifies and maintains the frequencies we emit, reflecting back the emotional patterns that reside within us. It is both a canvas and a magnifying glass, amplifying the vibrations we project, whether they stem from joy, fear, or longing. For the chosen ones, this realization is a pivotal moment, for it reveals that the reality they experience is not fixed. It is a magnified echo of their innermost energies. Every belief and emotion, no matter how small, is captured and magnified by the universe. If the subconscious clings to patterns of unworthiness or pain, these frequencies reverberate outward, creating conditions that reinforce those feelings. Yet for the chosen, this magnification is not a curse, but a sacred invitation to transform. By shifting their internal frequencies, they not only change what is magnified, but also set in motion a cascade of transformation that ripples through their external reality. This process requires intentionality and perseverance. The chosen must cultivate emotional discipline, replacing the vibrations of fear with those of love, the frequencies of doubt with those of confidence. As they align their inner world with the reality they wish to experience, the universe begins to magnify their empowerment instead of their limitations. But in this cosmic dance, The equilibrium of energy must also be understood, for the universe resists abrupt changes, demanding persistence and balance as they continue their journey toward transformation. The universe, in its quest for balance, resists sudden shifts in energetic frequency. This resistance is not a punishment, but a natural response to maintain equilibrium. For the chosen ones, this resistance can feel like an unrelenting force, a weight that pulls them back into familiar patterns. Yet within this tension lies the opportunity for profound transformation, a chance to master the art of energetic discipline and realign their frequencies with intention. Resistance often emerges when the chosen attempt to elevate their vibrations, stepping out of old frequencies rooted in pain or fear. The universe, accustomed to these vibrations, seeks to restore the balance it once maintained, testing the resolve of those seeking change. This is where emotional discipline becomes a sacred tool. By remaining steadfast in their commitment to higher frequencies, the chosen transcend the pushback, gradually establishing a new equilibrium that aligns with their desired reality. This process is both a test and a revelation. The resistance faced is a mirror of internal hesitations, a reminder of the subconscious programming that still lingers. For the chosen, overcoming this resistance is an act of faith and perseverance, a declaration that their new reality is worth the struggle. As they push through, the energetic equilibrium shifts, paving the way for a deeper understanding of how emotional discipline shapes not just their reality, but also their perception of those who influenced them most, their parents. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, strives for energetic equilibrium, maintaining balance across the frequencies we emit and receive. Yet when the chosen ones begin to shift their internal vibrations, resistance often arises, not as punishment, but as the natural pull of the established order. This resistance can feel like a tempest, testing resolve and commitment. But it is also a sign that transformation is underway, stirring the energetic fabric of their reality. Every attempt to change frequency disrupts the equilibrium, awakening forces that seek to restore the familiar. Old patterns resurface, doubts whisper louder, and circumstances seem to conspire against progress. For the chosen, this resistance is not defeat but the crucible of growth. It is here that their will is refined, their intentions fortified. By standing firm in their new frequencies, they signal to the universe their unwavering commitment to transformation. Overcoming this resistance requires emotional discipline and unwavering faith. The chosen must remain steadfast, anchoring themselves in their desired reality even when the external world reflects chaos. This balance is not achieved through force, but through persistence and alignment. As the chosen sustain their new frequencies, the universe begins to recalibrate, creating harmony with their transformed energy. From this balance emerges the power to shape reality with greater precision, revealing the profound impact of emotional discipline on the path to empowerment. Emotional discipline is the sacred art of mastering one's inner world, the alchemical process that bridges the gap between chaos and creation. For the chosen ones, this discipline is not a mere act of control, but a profound declaration of sovereignty. By regulating their emotional responses, they wield the power to reshape their reality, transforming overreactions into opportunities and turbulence into triumph. It is through this discipline that they begin to command the energies that define their existence. When emotions run unchecked, they scatter energy, weakening the bridge between the subconscious and the universe. Yet, when the chosen harness their emotions with intention, they magnify their power, sending out frequencies that align with their desires. Emotional discipline is not the absence of feeling, but the mastery of response. It is the ability to pause, reflect, and choose emotions that elevate rather than entangle. This practice becomes the cornerstone of their journey, empowering them to act rather than react. The transformation wrought by emotional discipline ripples outward, altering the energetic landscape of the chosen's life. As they cultivate this mastery, the universe responds in kind, aligning opportunities and circumstances with their refined vibrations. The once unyielding patterns of their reality begin to shift, revealing a life shaped by purpose and intention. Yet, this journey also calls them to reframe their perceptions of those who first shaped their emotional world, their parents, so they can fully release the hold of the past. To alter one's reality, the chosen must first alter their perception of the figures who shaped it most profoundly, their parents. Often seen as the architects of pain or limitation, parents are, in truth, mirrors of their own programming, vessels shaped by circumstances beyond their control. For the chosen ones, reframing this narrative is a transformative act, one that dissolves resentment and empowers them to reclaim their sovereignty. This shift is not about absolving responsibility, but about seeing clearly and releasing the emotional charge that binds them. When the chosen begin to view their parents as individuals molded by their own traumas and subconscious patterns, the weight of blame starts to lift. They see not villains, but humans, caught in cycles they may never have had the tools to break. This reframing is an act of grace, a divine perspective that allows the chosen to step outside the labyrinth of inherited pain. By softening these perceptions, the emotional intensity tied to parental influence begins to fade, freeing the chosen to create their own identity. This transformation is the key to true empowerment. As the emotional charge dissipates, the chosen can reprogram the subconscious with clarity and intention, untethered by the wounds of the past. They reclaim their narrative, no longer defined by the limitations of their upbringing. Yet the journey does not end here. To fully step into their power, the chosen must revisit their childhood memories, infusing them with new light and rewriting the stories that have long held them captive. Childhood memories are the bedrock of the subconscious, carrying the emotional imprints that shape beliefs and dictate reality. For the chosen ones, revisiting these memories is not a descent into the past, but a powerful act of creation. By reimagining moments of pain with outcomes of love and empowerment, they transmute the old emotional charges that bind them. This process is both profound and sacred, a journey back to reclaim their narrative and infuse it with new frequencies. Each memory, no matter how painful, holds the potential for transformation. When the chosen return to these moments in a relaxed state, they can replace the echoes of fear and rejection with visions of support, strength, and affirmation. This isn't denial of the past, but a rewriting of its energetic impact. By doing so, they not only heal their inner child, but also reprogram the subconscious to operate from a place of empowerment rather than limitation. The recreated memory becomes a new foundation, altering the energetic blueprint of their reality. This practice of recreation ripples outward, shifting the chosen's relationship with their past and transforming how the universe reflects their present. The memories, once sources of pain, become wells of strength and clarity, propelling them toward their highest potential. Yet, this transformation demands consistency, for the old patterns resist change. To sustain these shifts, the chosen must embrace the daily practice of transmutation, building a life where empowerment becomes second nature. Transformation is not a single act, but a daily commitment, a sacred ritual of recreating and realigning the self. For the chosen ones, the practice of transmutation becomes a way of life, a deliberate effort to replace old emotional imprints with new, empowering energies. Each day offers a fresh opportunity to plant seeds of joy, gratitude, and purpose in the fertile soil of the subconscious, reshaping not only their inner world, but the universe's reflection of it. This practice requires unwavering dedication. The chosen must actively recreate positive experiences using imagination and emotional charge to solidify these new patterns. Every visualization becomes a tool of creation, and each intentional thought builds momentum toward the life they seek. With each repetition, the subconscious strengthens its alignment with these elevated frequencies, and the universe magnifies these vibrations, creating a cascade of transformation that feels both magical and inevitable. The journey of daily transmutation is one of empowerment and mastery. As the chosen sustain this practice, they become fluent in the language of the subconscious and skilled in the art of manifestation. They witness their reality shift in response to their inner transformation, proving that the universe is always listening. This path is not without its challenges, but with each step, the chosen grow stronger, more aligned with their divine purpose. And so, the stage is set for a life built on intentional creation, where empowerment reigns and the echoes of the past are transmuted into the foundation of a limitless future. Now that you've uncovered the hidden mechanisms shaping your reality, the question remains: will you act, or will you remain a prisoner of patterns that were never truly yours? The universe is waiting, amplifying every frequency you send, reflecting back the world you choose to create. What beliefs will you allow to define your life moving forward? Will you continue the generational cycles, or will you break free and rewrite your story? Take the first step now. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's the one belief you're ready to let go of? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Together, we'll continue exploring the depths of the subconscious, the universe, and the limitless power within you. Your transformation begins today,